Hey everybody, it's your name here, and today we're talking about something super exciting and also, let's be honest, kind of stressful: immigrating to Canada. Moving to a new country is a huge life decision, and like any big decision, it comes with a mountain of paperwork. But don't worry, we're going to break down the essential documents you need so you can trade in your flip-flops for a good pair of winter boots and start saying "ay" like a pro. But first, make sure you're subscribed, and let's get started. First up, the most important document for any international travel, your passport. This small but mighty booklet is your gateway to the world, and in this case, your ticket to the Great White North, Canada. This little booklet is basically your international ID card, and it's how Canada knows who you are and that you're allowed to enter the country. Without it, your travel plans would come to a screeching halt. Imagine arriving at the airport, all set for your adventure, only to realize you'd left this crucial document at home. Nightmare, right? Now, here's the catch. Your passport needs to be valid for at least 6 months beyond your planned stay in Canada. This is a common requirement for many countries, not just Canada. It's a precautionary measure to ensure that your passport doesn't expire while you're still abroad, which could lead to all sorts of complications. That means if you're planning to stay for a year, your passport needs to be valid for at least 18 months from your arrival date. This might seem like a small detail, but it's incredibly important. Imagine planning an extended stay, only to find out that your passport will expire halfway through your trip. That could mean having to cut your trip short or dealing with the hassle of renewing your passport while abroad. It's a little thing, but it can make a big difference. So double-check that expiration date. Take a moment to sit down with your passport and a calendar. Mark the expiration date and count forward to ensure it covers the duration of your stay plus the additional 6 months. This simple step can save you a lot of stress and potential travel disruptions. Trust me, you don't want to be stuck at the airport because your passport expired. Picture this. You're at the check-in counter, your bags are packed, your itinerary is set, and then the airline staff informs you that you can't board the flight because your passport isn't valid for the required period. The frustration and disappointment would be immense. So take the time to ensure your passport is up to date. It's a small task that can make a huge difference in your travel experience. Once you've confirmed that your passport is in order, you can move forward with your travel plans with peace of mind. Knowing that this essential document is valid and ready to go means one less thing to worry about as you prepare for your journey to Canada. So get that passport checked and get ready for an amazing adventure in the Great White North. All right, next up is your visa. This is a crucial step in your journey to Canada, and it's important to get it right. Now, this is where things get a little more complicated because the type of visa you need depends on why you're coming to Canada and how long you're planning to stay. There are several types of visas, each tailored to different purposes and durations of stay. Are you coming for work, study? Each of these purposes has its own specific visa category. For instance, if you're coming to work, you might need a work permit, which can be employer-specific or open depending on your job offer and qualifications. Or maybe you're lucky enough to be immigrating permanently. In that case, you might be looking at permanent residency options such as the Express Entry Program, Provincial Nominee Program, or Family Sponsorship. Each of these situations requires a different visa, and each visa has its own set of requirements and application procedures. For example, a student visa requires proof of acceptance from a Canadian educational institution, while a work visa might require a job offer and a labour market impact assessment. So, do your research, figure out which visa is right for you, and start gathering those documents. The Canadian government website is a great resource for detailed information on each visa type, including eligibility criteria, required documents, and application steps. It can feel overwhelming, but remember, millions of people have successfully immigrated to Canada, and you can too. Take it one step at a time, and don't hesitate to seek help from immigration consultants or lawyers if needed. They can provide valuable guidance and ensure that your application is complete and accurate. Once you have your visa, the adventure truly begins. Canada is a land of opportunity, with diverse cultures, stunning landscapes, and a high quality of life. Whether you're here to work, study, or start a new life, there's something for everyone. From the vibrant cities of Toronto and Vancouver to the natural beauty of the Rocky Mountains and the Atlantic coastline, Canada offers a wealth of experiences. Embrace the journey, make new friends, and immerse yourself in the Canadian way of life. Don't forget to explore the local culture and traditions. Try poutine, attend a hockey game, and celebrate Canada Day. These experiences will enrich your time in Canada and help you feel more connected to your new home. Remember, the visa is just the beginning. Your determination and adaptability will pave the way for a successful and fulfilling Canadian adventure. So get ready to embark on this exciting journey and make the most of every opportunity that comes your way. Welcome to Canada, where your dreams can become a reality. Your adventure awaits. Okay, so you've got your passport, you've got your visa. Now it's time to talk about money. Moving to a new country is an exciting adventure, but it also comes with its own set of financial responsibilities. Before you can move to Canada, you need to prove that you have enough money to support yourself and any family members coming with you. This is a crucial step in the immigration process. This is called proof of funds, and it's a requirement for most immigration programs. Essentially, it's a way for the Canadian government to ensure that you won't be a financial burden on the system. The idea is to make sure that you have enough money to cover your living expenses for the first few months while you settle in and look for a job. This is especially important if you don't have a job lined up before you arrive. You'll need to show bank statements, employment letters, or other financial documents that prove you have enough money to cover your living expenses. These documents should be recent and clearly show your financial situation. Employment letters can be particularly useful if they show a steady income. If you have a job offer in Canada, make sure to include that as well. It can significantly strengthen your application. The exact amount you need varies depending on your situation. For example, a single person will need less money than a family of 4. The government has specific guidelines that outline how much you need based on the number of people in your household. Be sure to check the government website for the most up-to-date information. The requirements can change, so it's important to stay informed. You can find detailed information on the official immigration website, including the minimum amount required and acceptable forms of proof. It's also a good idea to consult with a financial advisor who specializes in immigration. They can help you gather the necessary documents and ensure that everything is in order. This can save you a lot of time and stress. Remember, moving to a new country is a big step, and being financially prepared is key to a smooth transition. Make sure you have all your financial documents ready and double-check everything before you submit your application. Once you have your proof of funds sorted out, you're one step closer to starting your new life in Canada. It's an exciting journey, and being well prepared will help you make the most of it. So, get your finances in order, gather your documents, and get ready for an incredible adventure in the Great White North. Canada is waiting for you. Now, this next one applies to those of you who are coming to Canada with a degree, diploma, or certificate from another country. It's called an Educational Credential Assessment, or ECA, and it's basically a way to verify that your foreign education is valid and equivalent to a Canadian one. This is especially important if you're applying for a skilled worker program, as it helps Canadian employers understand your qualifications. Getting an ECA involves having your credentials evaluated by a designated organization, so make sure you factor in enough time for this process. Last but not least, you'll need a police clearance certificate. This document shows that you don't have a criminal record, and it's a standard requirement for immigration to many countries, including Canada. You'll need to get a police clearance certificate from every country where you've lived for 6 months or more since turning 18. This means if you've lived in multiple countries, you'll need to contact each country's embassy or consulate to figure out how to get a police clearance certificate. It can be a bit of a hassle, but it's a crucial step in the immigration process. So there you have it, the essential documents you need before packing your bags and heading to Canada. Remember, immigrating to a new country is a big decision, and it's important to be prepared. Do your research, gather your documents, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. And most importantly, don't forget to enjoy the journey. Moving to a new country is an incredible adventure, and Canada is waiting with open arms and maybe a plate of poutine. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tips and guides on immigration and living abroad.